you start interview?
Yeah. My name is Ishan. I'm the finance lead for RoboMasters.
My name is Tom O'Donnell. I'm the president of RoboMaster Club. So before getting into our application, I want to start just by giving a bit of information about our club. So we participate in the RoboMaster competition, which is a robotics competition between about 20 plus universities in the US. And as such, we build usually 1 to 3 robots per year that involve all STEM disciplines. And we have 2 parts to our mission. The first one being to push the boundaries of collegiate robotics, and the second one being to create an environment for students to learn and love robotics. And for some of our prior achievements, we placed top 5 in the US competition for the past 3 years. We built the first robot that could stand up and move on 2 wheels in the US competition. And all of our robots involve all STEM disciplines. And then we'll also cover an event that we host, which is called the Midwest Conference, which is a RoboMaster competition hosted at Purdue. So as for the overview, we're requesting for 1 initiative and for 2 events. The initiative being the RoboMaster Onboarding and Development Initiative, and the 2 events being the RoboMaster Midwest Conference and the RoboMaster November Scrim. And between all of these things, our total impact on the Purdue community is around 400 members per year, this year and next year. So for meeting the SFAB guidelines, we have a very large impact on the Purdue undergraduate community. For example, we onboard roughly 100 members every single year. And besides that, we impact around 400 students between our onboarding and development initiative, our events, and also hosting events with other Purdue clubs. And for a need for funding, we usually build like 1 to 3 robots per year, but I think this year we're going to build roughly 2 and probably the same for next year. And this definitely requires a lot of funding for the manufacturing. Besides that, we want to host our 4th Midwest Conference event in 2026, and we also wish to host our 2nd November Scrim event in 2026 as well. And our highest priority initiative and event will be the RoboMaster Onboarding and Development Initiative and the RoboMaster Midwest Conference event. So now getting into the initiatives and events in a bit more detail, I'll start off by covering the onboarding portion of our Onboarding and Development Initiative. So as stated, we onboard roughly 100 new members every single year, and we involve them in a bunch of STEM projects that directly contribute to our robot development. And we have around 5 faculty advisors, and we also have connections with corporate sponsors. And we love to showcase our students' work. So every month we make a newsletter that puts all their projects into it, and we send it off to Purdue departments, other corporations, and our sponsors as well. And then every year we usually feature around like 2 to 3 projects in the Undergraduate Research Expo, which happens in the spring. Now for the robot development portion of our onboarding development initiative, and you can see a bunch of the projects in the bottom left actually. So some of these might be robots that can stand up on 2 wheels, robots that can actually like walk around on legs, so more of a humanoid robot, and also robots that don't require a pilot at all, so fully autonomous robots.
So now we go to the fun part, events. Our largest annual event is the Midwest Conference, in which we invite 6 collegiate teams ranging from UIUC to Penn State to showcase their cutting-edge robots along with ours in our custom-built Stewart Center field. In these competitions, robots are tested on their advanced AI computer vision technologies to lock onto and engage enemy robots, while pilots commit the thrilling and risky maneuvers, engaging over 150 spectators every single year. But it's more than just a competition, it's a conference too. At Midwest, we inspire students from business to STEM disciplines through number 1, our Tech Talks, where we talk about all of our latest breakthroughs that we've made in the year of development. And number 2, through having industry sponsors at Midwest in order to connect over 100 undergraduates with different sponsors and companies to launch their careers. And Midwest is a great opportunity, which is why we wanted to bring that to the fall semester too. Introducing November Scrim. November Scrim acts as a first introduction for our new onboards into the RoboMaster competition. Here we test over 5 brand new student projects on a smaller scale ranging from 40 to 50 students. And the purpose of November Scrim is to test our robots, test our teamwork, and also familiarize everyone with the competition rules. In November Scrim, another added outcome is that all the students are introduced with other collegiate teams as well as other sub-teams, creating a more interconnected group of future innovators.
So I'll get into the budget outline, which is very consistent with our prior request. We're requesting $70,000 between our main initiative and our 2 events. And the way we break this down is the development portion is our biggest expense. So we have roughly $50,000 going into the onboarding and development initiative. And the main cost here would be mechanical supplies and other components we need to build our robot. So around $40,000 going into that. And besides that, we also need computing platforms for all of the like AI vision and navigation work that we do. And between our two events, we're requesting around $19,000. And we need this primarily for like venue rentals and also largely equipment. Because this is a technical conference, we need a lot of computer equipment to actually run the matches and host these conferences. And because we're a returning applicant for SFAB, I've outlined a couple of changes and other things you guys need to know. So we added the new event, which is the November Scrim. And we did this because this is a higher financial burden on us, and it requires, again, more equipment and also another venue rental. And besides that, for past award amounts and spending, in the 2023 to 2024 season, we were granted roughly $23,000 by SFAB, and we spent almost all of that. And for this season, we were granted around $21,000. And we're actually just ramping up our development season now, so we are on track to spend our entire allocation again this year. And for our past student impact, last year we still onboarded roughly 100 members and had about 150 come to our Midwest conference. The important thing is both these numbers will be increasing this year and next.
Yeah, so going more on our RoboMaster's immeasurable impact, the number one thing is that our interdisciplinary team, meaning that we train absolutely anyone, regardless of their grade, major, or experience. We train over 100 of them in different techniques such as robot design, PCB, or AI computer vision. Along with that, we build 1 to 3 student-built robots that we showcase in different engineering expos to show how Purdue perseveres. And most importantly, we connect, again, over 100 plus undergraduates with sponsors or to launch careers and sort of empower as many students as possible. And in total, we helped over 400 Purdue students boiler up. Yeah, but just as a quick recap, number one thing is training. We inspire the future of robotics engineers and even create some robotics engineers as well, because we take anyone regardless of their major. Number 2, challenging. Our competitions, regardless of Midwest, November Scrim, or our international competitions, empower students and create a fun environment for them to persevere. And number 3 is cultivating. We empower Purdue students and launch their careers, supporting them all the way throughout the journey, making us an irreplaceable part of the Purdue engineering community. Thank you.
Thank you for presenting. We'll now move to Q&A.
Conference it's bringing other schools here, but you're using the funds to host the conference?
Yeah, so the way we do it is it's still primarily an event for Purdue undergraduates. So we have like 50 plus Purdue students within our club and even more outside of our club just from like the general Purdue community coming by. But the core of it is a technical conference. So we are competing and these 50 Purdue students do compete, but we invite other universities to also partake in the experience.
Following up with that, I know event food catering is part of that budget. Who is that food going to?
This will go primarily to members who contribute, but we are looking towards being able to pay for food for the other attendees who may come from other universities as well.
Would this funding be used for that?
If permitted, we would do so, but if not permitted, then we would primarily do that just for our students in our club.
What's your priority?
Like our highest priority, like event initiative. The highest priority initiative is the onboarding and development, and then the RoboMaster onboarding and development initiative. And the highest priority event is the RoboMaster Midwest Conference.
Do the team from other schools, do they have to pay to come participate?
We don't charge a fee.
And the event catering will cover them as well, right? They would be. Oh, okay, sorry.
Is the Scrim, is that just one other school, or how does that work?
So the main goal for the Scrim is for it to benefit our club members specifically. So that's where like most of the people will come from, but we keep it open. So if the team wants to come by, then they can also just come watch or something. The main benefit is for our members.
Do you collaborate with any other organizations?
Yeah, we do. We usually do like social events every year. So we did one that was bowling with Girls Who Code, and we're also going to be participating in engineering week. So we want to like co-host an event with a couple other robotics teams on campus.
Are any of the events that you mentioned for members, do you have to be like a specific member, or can any undergraduate show up to these events even if they're not a member?
Yeah, so for both of our events, anyone can attend even if they're not in the club. We market pretty heavily, so we have around 800 followers on our Instagram. We have like 700 in our Discord, and we post flyers. And we also get a lot of advertisement from the College of Engineering. We've had 2 like feature videos by mechanical engineering at EC in the past year.
What does your initiative look like with partial or no SFAB funding?
So if we receive no funding, then we wouldn't be able to complete this initiative, and we definitely heavily are supported by SFAB in terms of building the robot. We do have like a general account reserve, but it is not nearly enough to fund the robots that are required to compete. So we have to scale back both development and member contribution.
And then another question, what are all of this, is all this equipment going to be used at these events?
Yes, it'll either be used.
I'm sorry, from the onboarding and development section, is that also happens in these events?
So we use it to build, mainly just build the robots, which are used for like all aspects of the club, whether it be events, marketing, or competing in the actual competition. So I'd say yes.
Would you say that food is integral to your initiative though?
I would not say it's integral because the main aspect that we wish to provide is the competition and conference, but food is like an added benefit for people who come by for the conference because it's like a multiple day event.
Any other questions from the board? Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.